Today we would be doing loose layered florals. This is one of the topics which has always haunted me, to be frank, and I have always thought about it as a very difficult subject. But once I got a hang of it, I wanted to share all the secret with you guys. I am using my Winsor & Newton palette. Along with it, I have added a few colors and I'm going ahead with my yellow color first. I just keep making some C, or you can say a small C, and then again going over it with a bigger C. Like that, I would keep adding with yellow. Once my yellow is done, I would go over it with some light value of orange. Now, this is the first layer that I'm adding for my roses. Once I'm done with the first layer of this roses, I would go ahead and add a second layer. I'm going very random while I am adding these roses. There is no particular way in which I am adding the roses. Some of them are towards the bottom, some of them in between, some of them towards the side. As I have told you, this is going to be a very random way of painting the loose florals, and that's the beauty of loose florals. You need not follow any kind of an order. Once you are done with the C's that you paint in between, just apply some pressure with your brush and then extend it a bit towards the sides. We go ahead and start adding some more leaves now. I am applying some pressure and then releasing the pressure. Using some amount of my sap green to add these leaves. Once I'm done with these leaves, then I would go ahead and add some more darker values in terms of the leaves. Now this is how this layered loose floral approach is. We are going to add layered leaves as well as layered florals. As you did watch in the first go, we did add with the yellow and light orange. Now I am adding some red into my orange and then adding the second layer over the first layer, which is already dried up. Now again adding one more rose, since I feel that this area is still empty. After I have added the rose, I am going ahead and taking some more sap green and adding few more leaves. It is absolutely random way in which you can add leaves. You can go for bigger leaves, you can go for smaller leaves. I would leave it up to you how you want to add the leaves. There are smaller as well as longer or shorter and even smaller. So whatever be the approach, you can take and start adding the leaves. Keep adding some amount of your red into the florals. Now, as I have told you, this is going to be a layered approach. This one particular flower is sideways and hence I would add the colors accordingly. You will see that I would be leaving some of the spaces which would help to enhance the layer. You can see the color that is below and then add the second layer. Go like this and then you can keep proceeding this way. Once you are done with this layered approach flower, then go ahead and add some more leaves. Now leaves are always fun to add and I am going ahead with my dark green. You can go with any hue that is available with you. There is no particular way in which you should go ahead and pick and choose your colors. Anything that looks good to you, just go ahead and use it. You can also add some amount of blue into your sap green and get a color similar to the one that I am using right now. Guys, I have already told you how you should go ahead and paint the leaves to make sure that you are not going and touching the leaves that you have recently painted. If you go over it, that would be difficult to handle because your fingers will touch it and then you will get the marks on the paper. Since we are dealing with lot of lighter values over in this painting, hence be very careful while you paint any of your leaves or floral area. Flowers is something that we always love to paint, and I have more detailed classes on Skillshare as well as Patreon. Patreon is where you can get more detailed classes. They are 1 hour class. Each and every tutorial is for 1 hour, and you can actually get access to all my 9 tutorials that I have given till date. We are going ahead from reflection to florals to urban sketching, and I am adding more paintings this month, as we have the other 3 paintings in line, which is majorly my monsoon as well as 2 places from Europe. We are continuously learning on Patreon, as well as you will get an access to a closed Facebook group where we continuously discuss about creativity, about art, about business, how to go about your business and keep yourself motivated while you paint. And now just finish off your painting by adding few more layers, then let your painting dry and have a final look at your painting. If you do like this video, do give me a thumbs up and do subscribe to my channel. It would help me to grow, and I can bring in more content like this which you might like and which you might go ahead and use it in your personal watercolor journey. I wish you all the best in your watercolor journey. This is one of the medium which is very liberating, and it helps me to meditate all the time. There are a lot of uncertainties with this medium, but every time you work with this medium, you will have more and more confidence, and you will feel that this medium gives a lot more opportunities compared to any other medium. But do make sure that there is no way you can come back. Hence, you need to be even aware of all the happy accidents that happen with this medium. For everyone who is asking me about the brushes and the paper that I'm using, this is Saunders cold pressed 100% cotton paper. This is a great paper in case you want to go ahead and use it. Try it for your florals, you will be very happy. And the brush is my Escoda size 4 and size 6 brush. It is the Perla series, and you can also use it for your watercolor or acrylics. Just remove the tape at an angle. Do make sure that you are not ripping off the tape and your paper is completely dry before you go ahead and remove the tape. Always have a final look at your painting. That is the most satisfactory thing after you have done a watercolor painting. Thanks for watching the video, and meet you very soon.